y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, little one and I are going to be giving y'all our review for the Africa unit from Gather Round, so stick around. Okay, we're going to do this review like we did with Australia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so little one wants to share her review, and then I will talk about my review as well. So she's gonna go first. Okay, so start with the things
that I liked.
That you liked.
Yeah.
So you can read it, like read what it is, and then maybe just say something about it. Like talk about it, maybe what was your favorite thing.
My pros are the tracing Bible verses.
So
like I get to like trace the letters, and I learn new Bible verses on each lesson, and sometimes I have the same Bible verse on some lessons, and some lessons I have different Bible verses.
So you liked the tracing Bible verses because you got to learn new verses.
Mm-hmm.
And do you like tracing it better than writing it? Or you just liked that you got to trace it?
I like both.
Okay. Yeah, because you did get to do both. You would trace it like once or twice, and then you got to write it on your own, right? Yeah.
But I got to copy it on top.
Right. Yeah.
And then the drawing animal pages, those were really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like today we did the cheetah.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote the cheetahs are the fastest land animal in the world, and they are one of the fastest land animals in the world.
Do you remember how fast they go? Double it. Yeah. Yeah, up to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, 65 miles per hour.
Yeah, that was crazy. So
I learned that in the Wildcraft book that we got.
Yeah. So did you like because remember you could trace an animal that was like kind of an art page.
Yeah.
But then there also was the like the fact page where you got to draw like the habitat.
And do the hunting.
Yeah, and like another little thing about them, and then find an interesting fact.
Mm-hmm.
So did you like one better than the other one? Because you kind of said both pages. Did you like them both?
Yeah, I like them both.
Okay.
And today I traced my cheetah, and I named my cheetah Dash.
Dash the cheetah. I thought that was a pretty clever name. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought the name was cool.
Okay, so what else you got there?
I liked all the videos.
The videos were awesome.
Yeah, especially today. The video was cool.
Yeah.
And I think one of the lessons, we learned the crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Really not the Nile crocodile. It was some kind of crocodile.
Right.
Alligator.
Maybe the desert crocodile?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay.
And a person got a lot of people close to them. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, I think that was the desert crocodile. Remember, because they were kind of small, really. Yeah. The videos.
Yeah, that's how small they were.
Yeah, the videos were really cool. It really made things like come alive, right?
Yeah. But if there weren't any videos, like it would be plain.
Yeah, it would just be a bunch of reading, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The videos were really cool. Okay, what else we got?
And I loved making the crafts.
The crafts. What was your favorite craft?
Really, I liked all of them. I didn't have a favorite.
Really? All of them were? Oh, you liked all of them?
Mm-hmm.
No favorites.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of them that you did? Do you remember?
The drum was really cool.
Yep. Drum.
Dun, 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 dun.
What else?
From Nigeria.
Uh-huh.
And then the necklace from Kenya was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I want them to see the necklace. I'm gonna go get it right quickly.
Okay, she's gonna go get the necklace for you guys. All right, here is the necklace that she made for Kenya. Love it. And do you remember what tribe this was from that have necklaces?
Maasai.
Yeah, they have necklaces that are similar to this, but they don't use paint and paper plates. What do they have?
Beads. They're like this small, guys.
They're like super, super tiny
It's
beads, huh?
tiny.
It's really, really beautiful, huh? So you liked the videos, liked all the crafts.
And then my cons.
Okay, and then now we are on to cons, so things that she didn't like. Dun, dun, dun.
Spelling.
Spelling. What didn't you like about spelling?
They were easy.
They were easy. Like super easy.
Yeah. Like the, him, own.
Yeah.
They were so easy.
What else?
That's on the cons.
That was it? But I love it. How many stars would you give it?
I would give it 4, like, I kind of liked it. It was okay.
4 is kind of like it. To me, 4 is like, was really good. It wasn't my favorite unit, but it was really fun.
That's what I mean of okay.
Okay, so you liked it. Wasn't your favorite, but it was a good unit and you liked it. Any final thoughts on just the Africa unit?
I would give it really 5.5 stars, actually.
5.5?
Yeah.
So you're switching it up. So from 4 to 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is 5.5?
5.5 is over the scale. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your review with us. I was told to wear the necklace. So here you guys go. That's what it looks like. All right. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed that. That was pretty fun. We liked doing it that way for Australia. So I may continue to do them that way because she really does enjoy talking about each unit. It gives her something fun to do. So, my thoughts on Africa, I loved this unit. And I don't think it was something, anything to do with the unit specifically. I mean, maybe, but I feel like the main difference for me was there was a lot that we could do with it. And it's a broader topic, right? It's a whole continent. And so there's all kinds of things you can pull in. And we watched all kinds of awesome videos. There's all kinds of stuff out there. And that was so fun. We got to see drone footage of Victoria Falls, and we got to see, like she said, people like feeding desert crocodiles just in the middle of the desert. And there's 2 kind of YouTube channels that seem to come up pretty regularly that we liked to watch their videos. One of them, the channel is called The Road Chose Me, I believe. And it's this guy who I assume is from Australia. He at least has an Australian accent or similar to. And he literally drives his Jeep through all of these countries in Africa. And so naturally he's recording them all, and it's so cool. And the other one, I think it was Drew Binsky, I think is just the channel name. And if you want any of these specifically, they're already listed in the resources section of like the Gather Round, where you can go there and find all of them. They were just ones that, continually came up that we really liked. So the other one, yes, was Drew Binsky. And the ones that I'm remembering specifically were what can you buy for $10 in this country? And there weren't a whole bunch of them for Africa, but there were several of them. And so that was just really cool. It was really cool to see how far the money could go in certain countries, and then really kind of how little you could get in other countries. So just cool, something different, but it's like those things are what makes it fun. And I really liked that. I also really liked that we we added extra things in. It was totally worth it for me to just spend the hour going through and actually planning some of those extra things for us to do, because it, again, just made it more fun. It made it more enjoyable and engaging, and it, you know, brings things to life, like the necklace, you know, and she's totally into that. Like that's her thing, you know, and so that it just worked for her. So I just really like this one. The other positive too is that it's an older unit, so there is a lot that's already there. We had done a handful of units like just as they've come out, or, you know, just a month or two after they had come out. And so they didn't really have a lot of those extra resources in them yet, because there just hadn't been enough people using them and submitting, you know, extra things for it. And so it was really cool to like just have all of this extra information. The teacher's guide for me, it was really easy to read. It flowed very nicely. One thing though, and I feel like maybe this is kind of common throughout the teacher's guides, and maybe I just kind of have noticed it with this one, was the lesson, it just kind of ends. It's told kind of story-like, and so it seems like I'm anticipating some kind of ending, because generally, like the introductory paragraph is some kind of welcome back, we're traveling to this place, or we're moving west to visit this place. So it's kind of introduced that way. And then it's like, once we get to the end of the lesson, it's just like, you know, and cheetahs are great. And then that's just kind of it. So it's not a make or break kind of thing. I kind of just have noticed, like, I was anticipating some kind of, you know, rounding out the end. And I didn't really notice that much in this one. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, I think the videos really help bring it to life, because in the unit itself, it does give you a good overview of, like, you know, different natural landmarks and food and some of the history and the culture. There's generally at least one or two tribes that are included, or, you know, some kind of indigenous group to that country. But when you add the videos in, you get to see, like, I'm thinking Namibia today that we did, you watch some videos and it's just desert, and it's sand dunes that meet up to coastline, and you're like, wow, this is crazy. You know, there's basically no one lives here except for a handful of people. But then we watched Drew Binsky's video where I'm not going to remember the name of the city, but he was in a city, like a coastal city, and it's beautiful and it's clean and there's people, and it just looks like a regular, you know, a town. And it's just there's cars and bikes and, you know, people just living normally in a city as we would expect, you know, over here. But if you never would have watched that video, you would have just had this thought that it was just this dry, barren land. So I really feel like the videos give you a good mix, and really give you kind of more of a round view of the country itself. Like, sure, there are these vast landscapes of not a lot of things, or just, you know, large wildlife and, you know, things like that. But then there are these really amazing, bustling cities that are beautiful, and they have everything that you would think that they would have. So the videos to me were like make or break. Moving on, things I didn't like. I'm with little one on this one. Really, the only thing I didn't like was the spelling, because spelling was basically nothing. She's right. There was like one spelling word a week, and it was like him and the, and not sufficient, not in the least bit. I do believe there was a little bit of grammar in there, but not really a lot that I would say would be enough. But grammar is not really a big focus for us at this point. We're still at the very basics. So I'm not terribly concerned with getting too involved with that. But just something to note with Africa. So that's it for the unit. I will quickly go over the books that we used. I'll give you guys a little bit of a review of those. We checked out a lot of library books, and if I can remember off the top of my head, a couple of them that I absolutely would suggest, hands down, if you're doing the Africa unit, if I can find a picture, I'll try and put a picture up for you guys too. It's the Africa, Amazing Africa. You have to have that book. Whether you, to me personally, after having checked it out at the library, it is a book that I would look at potentially purchasing because there's a lot of information in it. It goes over every country in Africa. And yeah, I think it would be a great resource. However, I didn't buy it. We just checked it out from the library. Highly, highly suggest at least doing one of those options. If you can find it, you know, and you want to purchase it, then great. If not, find somebody that has it, borrow it from a friend, use the library, something. But that one was really, really great. Another one that was really cool was Drumbeat in Our Feet. That one was cool because it goes over like all kinds of different meanings and reasons why certain African tribes wear certain clothing, or they have certain headdresses or like necklaces, things like that. It just gives you information as to why those things are important, and even like some of their dance moves and things like that. So that one was a really cool one and just kind of a different take on African culture. A couple that we have here, Hoot and Howl Across the Desert. We used this a handful of times because we do have the Namib Desert is included in here. We have the Kalahari Desert, and then we also have, there we have acacia trees, we have the Sahara, and then this moves on to other things. But there are a lot of animals in here that we were learning about, obviously several deserts that we were learning about. And so this was just a cool one to reference and just kind of look at. Let's see, Masai and I think little one read this one like 4 or 5 times. So she really liked that one. This was a good one. Marvelous Mud House is another one of our favorites. We really only read this a time or two, but we've read this quite a bit anyway, so we're very familiar with this one. But I really like this book. Did I read this? I think little one read this, and I'm not sure that I think maybe she read it to me. Yeah. Watch Me. Oh, sorry. Watch Me. I'm pretty sure she read this one to me. And if I'm remembering correctly, we did like this one because she actually read it a couple of times. Yeah, so this one was pretty cool. So liked that one. The story of Jane Goodall. I have talked about these before, but if you have little ones who are not quite ready for the where is, who was books, like if this is a little bit too much for them, highly, highly recommend these. We read this in 2 days, and this was perfect for her. This is exactly what she needed. It was, you know, engaging enough that she would sit and listen to it, you know, and she had questions. There's like cool little, you know, graphics and pictures and things. So really, really liked that one. And speaking of, we actually did not read this one, which I really kind of thought that's how that was going to go, just because we just had a lot of other things that I thought maybe would be of interest first. And we may read it, you know, maybe over the weekend or something like that. We might, but yeah, like I said, these are just still a little too old. We probably have, another year or so before we're really ready for those. These are really working well for us. And then our two big read alouds were number one, Car Spotter. This is also the same author who wrote the Amazing Africa, Africa Amazing Africa. Yes, Africa Amazing Africa. Loved it. This was really, really fun. All of the people, all the characters, they have like crazy funny names. Coca-Cola and Auntie Fine Fine, and what else do we have here? Uncle Go Easy. This was really fun. The story was really great. And this is actually a series, and so I may consider looking at a couple of other ones in the series. I believe this is the same author who wrote Anna Hibiscus as well. I kind of wish I would have grabbed an Anna Hibiscus because I think my daughter would have liked that one also. But I don't know that we would have actually been able to get to it because we had the Where Was the Congo and we did not. As always, Precious and the Zebra Necklace. This did not disappoint. Loved this one. Was really fun. My daughter was totally into this. This was right up her alley. And that's really it. That is our review of the Africa unit. Of course, if you guys have questions, comments, anything, feel free to leave those in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.